Chapter 13. The roar of the traffic overhead is muffled by the howl of the wind rolling off the East River. Farah walks into the darkness cautiously, peering about. She wants to see her father again. She has a lot she wants to say to him about the years of lost time between them, about the hatred she feels for his absence, about the times she had imagined that he would return for her and beg for her forgiveness, about the pain he had caused her and her mother, about how he had managed to crush her faith in human compassion, and how she had somehow managed to rise above all that to find that she could love a man. She found herself wishing that Michael was there with her. He steps out from behind a column about 10 feet in front of her. She stops and looks at him. All the things she wants to say are leaving her mind. He stands, non-threatening, gazing back at her, his mind going blank as well. They look so different to each other's eyes. His salt and pepper locks have lost their pepper. Her innocent eyes are tainted with the knowledge of experience. Have they really missed that much in each other's lives? Are they really so different that they could have nothing to talk about? I'm here. What is it you wanted to tell me? I just wanted to look at you, see how much you've grown. My baby's all grown up. She looked down and shakes her head. You've done a great wrong, Dad. I'm here to make amends for that. I know I can't take back what I did to you and your mother, but I can try. I'm not talking about that. That's in the past, and it's been resolved already. You did what you had to do for yourself. I'm talking about this. He squints his blue eyes and grinds his teeth. I can't explain my actions to you. You better try. He shakes his head. I can't tell you everything, but understand, I did what I did for the good of the world. You shot an innocent man for the good of the world? That man is anything but innocent. He calms himself and lowers his voice. Do you remember living by the canyon? The trips we used to take into it? You used to say it was as if God's hand had reached down to mold the earth. Remember how you used to be taken in by the natural beauty of the world? You said that nature was the creator of the world's splendor. He takes a breath. That man would destroy nature to further his own species. Nature cannot be destroyed. Nature is the force that pushes Joachim to his goals. He's just an instrument of nature, as we all are. He is arrogant enough to destroy a part of nature, he says. You are arrogant enough to believe that a human could do anything to hurt nature. We are nature's tools with which she shapes the world. He is trying to force the hand of evolution. Maybe he is the hand of evolution, she says. Chris looks down as he contemplates his daughter's words. He shakes his head and looks back to her. No, I don't believe that. No one man is meant to have that much power. He takes 2 steps forward. Do you know what he had told me once? That he would harness the fire of humanity to change the world for the better. He said he loved the divine fire inside every human, and he would use it to scorch the earth, cleansing it so that humans could rule. This was only his first step. He would use the powers humans have tamed to eliminate any competition. I alone stood up to defend those species he would have exterminated. He looks beyond her to the street. A taxi pulls up and lets out Joachim and the programmer. Chris feels a sadness well up inside him. Even my daughter betrays me. He bends down behind the column and picks up a small metal box. He opens the top to reveal 30 compact discs. He flings the box behind him, and the discs scatter into the water of the river like enlarged plastic raindrops. Michael runs forward. Chris spins and pulls the same gun he had used to shoot Joachim yesterday. Michael stops in his tracks. The research is gone, Chris says. Fuck the discs. I just want the girl. An anger built in Christopher. Farah was his child, and the 9 years of neglected protectiveness that resides in him burst out of his being the same way the bullet burst from the gun. Michael clutches his right thigh and growls in pain as he falls backwards. Farah rushes to his side and puts herself between her father and her lover. Joachim walks forward. Chris points the gun at him. Stop right there or I'll kill you. Why would you do that? Joachim asks. Because 435 years is a long enough life. Joachim stops and shakes his head. You don't have to do this. It's over. You've won. You've shown me the error of my ways. You've saved the world. We can move on now. He looks into his descendant's eyes. You can put the gun down. Christopher hardens his glare and pulls the firing pin back. Daddy, don't. He looks down to his little girl, trying to comfort her wounded companion. He's family, she says. She was right. The blood that flows in her veins, as well as her father's, was derived from that which flows through the man who stands looking down the barrel of the gun. Christopher thinks back to a time when he and his daughter would search the canyon, him doing research of soil contents and her looking for new creatures that she could include on her charts. She was fascinated by the diversity of animals, plants, and stones that lived in the desert climate, and she would copy her father's style by recording information and filing it away. She called it her family tree, claiming that any part of this world that helped to make the world what it is would be part of her family. It was that idea which fueled Christopher's incursion of the biodome. He couldn't let there be created a structure that would destroy part of the world. He couldn't let part of that intricate ecosystem disappear. Yet here he is, pointing a gun at another human, the closest relative he could have in that family. And he is threatening to take away that man's life. His lover's words echo back to him. Everybody deserves to live. Everybody. Everybody. No, not everybody. If Chris has truly shown Joachim the error of his ways, then his job is now done. He would rather be remembered by his child as the man that helped preserve the balance of nature in the world. Christopher would want to go down in history as a savior. Joachim runs forward, yelling louder than he ever had before. He holds his hand out, reaching for the man who turns the gun upon himself, his soul slipping away.